Well, today is the big day. I'm about to go pick up my Mustang from my buddy's house who has been helping me work on it. It has been 8 months. It was November when I had this motor swapped out and I could not get it running. You would not believe all the problems I've had. I'll talk about them a little bit, but yes, finally gonna go pick it up. Gonna drive my Mustang for the first time in about 11, 12 months, something like that. So very excited. We're gonna head out now. Here we are, I see it up there. Oh, this is exciting. It's my buddy's house. Oh, yep, there's his dog. Oh man, she looks great. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Can't wait to drive her. There, it took a few times to crank it over, but she's going. Yeah, idling at 690. Oh, I'll let it warm up a little bit. Oh, he filled it up with gas for me too. Oh my gosh. And I think he cleaned it. Awesome. Just needs to warm up a little bit. I don't know why, but my AutoMeter clock gauge right there is not keeping time. So I'm gonna have to contact AutoMeter about that, see what's going on with that. It's a little choppy a little bit. Oh. Sweet, it's looking good. This seriously has been so long. I'll cover all the parts that I've gone through on this vehicle a little bit later. I've had so many things fail. Yeah, let's cover that later. But all right, well, it sounded pretty good. I think we'll hit the road. Well, just got all the way home. It was about a 35-40 minute drive from my buddy's house back to my house. Wow. If you watch my previous video where I tried driving it before it was running right at all, I was very disappointed. It just drove like a dog. It was horrible. There was no power to it, and I was regretting my decision so badly because it was just, it wasn't right. It wasn't working right, and I was worried that's how it was going to be. This thing is badass. This 347 stroker has so much power. Just getting on a little bit, I was roasting the tires. I had to be very careful because I want to get used to driving the car again. I mean, it's been almost a year since I drove it, so I really didn't want to go too crazy at all. But it drives great. I do have to have the brakes checked out. For some reason, the brakes are really spongy, really soft, so that's not good. Definitely have to have that checked out. I'm also gonna print out the list of all the things that I've had to do to it, all the money that I've spent on this thing. Initially, if you way back, if you watch one of the other videos, I wanted this to kind of be a wash. I sold my 289 for some decent money, along with that transmission. So I did pretty good selling it, and I got a great deal on the engine itself, but with all of the extra stuff that I had to put into this, it is way past any kind of budget that I ever imagined with this thing. But I'll go over the numbers. I'll have to go print that out, get that all ready for it for the next clip, but we'll have that for you. But here is the engine, all nice and clean. I cannot wait to take this to some car shows. This thing is so solid. My buddy has a lift at his house, and he had it up on a lift, and he's like, do you understand how nice it is underneath that car? I'm like, yeah, I know, I've seen it. He's like, no, seriously, do you know? Like, yeah, I know, I've seen it. The whole car, every inch of it has fresh paint on it. It's beautiful. It has nice black glossy paint underneath. It's awesome. I feel lucky. I'm really excited to start driving this thing again.
Wow.
And here's Caleb. All right, so I'm gonna park it in here and I'll work on getting that list together for the next clip. And then after that, we'll go take it for an official first test drive. Hey, what's up guys? So I've got my list. It's 2 pages of all the stuff that I've purchased for the vehicle and sold to get some money back. So the 347 itself, the stroker motor, I've got on Facebook Marketplace, $4,200, smoking deal. Only had a few thousand miles on it. That's the only way I made this possible because I got such a good deal on the motor. And then there's motor mounts, valve covers, valve cover bolts, the breather, a new alternator harness, all my oils, filters, gaskets. I had to get a new bell housing. Also a new Tremec T5, brand new. I talked about that in the last video. Another thing I wasn't expecting was a whole new pulley set because couldn't use any of the old pulleys, so a March pulley set. And then I didn't think about the dipstick relocation because the Blueprint motor was out of a Fox body, so I had to relocate the dipstick to the front. New radiator, that was a big one. It's a DeWitt's radiator, awesome radiator, keeps it all nice and cool. But that was another $1,000. The radiator cap, I had to get a smaller alternator pulley, a serpentine belt, new upper and lower radiator hoses, all the nuts and bolts for the transmission to the bell housing. Oh, what else? The clutch release bearing. Then I had to get a new carb because I broke the old carb when I was switching everything all around. So then I went with a new Edelbrock fuel line kit with the new filter that is up there. Oh my God, this just keeps going. Magnetic oil drain plug, because I figured why not for another 14 bucks. And then the clutch cable conversion, I wasn't expecting that. If you watch my other videos, I had a hell of a time with the clutch cable system because I didn't know I couldn't use the old Z-bar system. Honestly, at the time, I didn't know what a Z-bar system even was. So I didn't even know I would have to get another one. But yeah, the clutch cable, that was a pain in the butt. Watch those videos if you haven't seen those. I lost my throttle spring, so I had to get a new throttle spring for the carb. Oh yeah, and then I had to get a new starter because the starter went for some reason. Oh yeah, new plugs and wires. I discovered that the plugs were all fouled and the plug wires were just shot. They were all worn out, so I had to get all new plugs and wires. Oh, and then I don't see it on this list, but I had to get a new coil. The other coil was working just fine, and all of a sudden the coil died, so I had to get a new coil. So then by this time we got everything in, and I thought it was all good to go, but I could not get it to start, I could not get it to stay running, and when it would run, it just ran like ass. It was horrible, so that's when my buddy Brian stepped up and really bailed me out. Actually, no, before Brian, I had another local shop check it all out. Turns out the pilot bearing had gotten slightly dented, and that was making everything vibrate. So the one time I did actually get it running, the pilot bearing, I guess it just got dented when I was sliding in the transmission. He had the transmission in and out of here, he said like 6 times till he figured out it was the pilot bearing. So he charged me $1,600 for a pilot bearing. That sucked. So, and he had it for a long time. He had it for a couple months, but then I got it back and it still was not running right. So that's when Brian stepped up and he helped me out. Turns out the timing was way off. The other guy did not even fix the timing, didn't even touch it. And then we also discovered that my MSD was bad. I decided to put an MSD 7, digital 7 in here. Stupid, should not have done it. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. I remember thinking as I was putting it in, this is retarded. I shouldn't be putting all these electronics into this old car, but I thought it would improve the drivability of it. It didn't, it just created a nightmare. The MSD was bad. I did buy it used, but I was sure that it was working, so I sent it into MSD. They sent it back to me. They said there were some loose wires on the inside. Nothing changed. It's just a dead digital 7. So I've got a paperweight that MSD says is now fixed, and it's not. It's just junk. So unfortunately, I lost money on that and a lot of time for trying to figure out what was going on there. Then it turns out the distributor went bad. It was just literally been one thing after another. The distributor went bad, MSD distributor. So I had to spend $200 on a new distributor. And the last thing was a carburetor rebuild kit, just because I wanted to tweak the carb, make sure it was all running nice and smooth. And Brian did that for me. So Brian only charged me 400 bucks. He should have charged me way more, but he was just being nice, helping me out. So the total expenses, that brings it up to $11,914.57. So that's all the parts that I bought to put in this 347 stroker. Really not terrible. I mean, the stroker alone, I think those go for like 10 grand. So then the deductions, I sold a 289, the old Tremec T5 that was in here, alternator, radiator, the motor mounts, and valve covers, the old clutch Z-bar system, and the carburetor that was in here. So I sold all that stuff for $4,955. So the net cost to have this 347 in here and finally running is only $6,959.57. So really not too bad. So 7 grand I've got this motor in here. A lot of work, a lot of time, really not too bad. But yeah, I thought I'd run all the numbers by you guys so you knew kind of what I had into this thing. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do it tonight because it looks like it's about to start raining, unfortunately. Oh, that reminds me, I still have to get the wipers fixed. In addition to all the other problems, at the same time, my 2-speed wiper motor somehow burnt up. So that's gonna suck. I don't even know how I'm gonna get that thing out of the dash, but I've got to figure that part out and repair that so I can actually drive it in the rain. Not that I really want to, but anyways, I will do another clip here of my first real driving impressions. I'm gonna get on it and see how it feels, and hopefully nothing breaks, and hopefully I still love it. So stay tuned. We'll have that clip coming up next. Well, here's my first drive. We've been driving around town a little bit, and it feels awesome. It feels so smooth. This transmission is great. I love the new gearing. I think I mentioned this in one of the other videos, but it's better than a world-class transmission. The gearing the guy put in there is all top of the line, very strong. So it should be rated for around 450, 500 horsepower, I'm told, which it should be plenty. But yeah, driving it's smooth. I love the clutch cable. It's really nice. It's a little noisy compared to other vehicles and what I'm used to driving. It's been a long time since I've driven this thing, but it feels great. No complaints, no hesitation. I do have to work on the brakes. Let's see, so cruising RPM right now, I'm doing 60 miles per hour, and I'm at 2430. Yeah, so 60 miles per hour in 5th gear. Yeah, 2,340 RPM. So it's a really good cruiser with the windows down and just buzzing along. It's been really fun to drive. But I'm taking my kids right now, and we're gonna go to a dyno. So for the first time out with the new car, we're gonna go to this car show and dyno that's happening here in Knoxville. So we're gonna go check that out. That'll probably be in a future video, and we'll see what kind of horsepower I get out of it. But I guess that's it for now. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thanks for following along on this crazy journey of this 347. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.